Well, hello. Today is Sunday, April 27th. I know I haven't been doing this for a while. We've got a new quarterly. We're in the second quarter. This one is called Illusions, Images, Symbols. How to Study Bible Prophecy. I'm sorry I haven't been doing it for a while. Got busy. Alright, this one is called The Very First Commandment. The Garden of Eden was a classroom for God's first people, a place where their interaction with the creation would endlessly teach them and their offspring more about the Creator. The holy pair were not only children under the fatherly care of God, Ellen White pointed out, but students receiving instruction from the all-wise Creator. The mysteries of the visible universe, the wondrous works of Him which is perfect in knowledge, Job 37:16. afforded them an exhaustless source of instruction and delight. That was an excerpt from Patriarchs and Prophets, pages 50 and 51. Okay, read Genesis 2, 9 to 17. And out of the ground the Lord made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from there it parted and became 4 riverheads. The name of the first is Pishon. It is the one which skirts the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. Bdellium and the onyx stone are there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one which goes around the whole land of Cush. The name of the third river is Hiddekel. Hiddekel. Yeah, Hiddekel. Hiddekel. It is the one which goes toward the west of Assyria. The fourth river is the Euphrates. Then the Lord took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to keep and to tend it. And the Lord commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in that day you eat of it, you shall surely die. Cue the dramatic music. The first use of the verb twish, T-S-W-H, twish, to command, that God gave humans was in Genesis 2, 16 and 17. The command not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. How can some knowledge be forbidden? Isn't it always useful to experience and know more? Not according to Scripture. God was intent on educating His people thoroughly while sparing them from long-term suffering that some knowledge would cause, such as what would later happen when people choose to rule themselves rather than be ruled by the Lord Himself. Millennia later, when Israel asked for a king, the Lord laid out the consequences, as we discovered last week. And He informed His people that the decision to step away from His direct rule would last until the end of time. As the kings of Israel became progressively more wicked, God's covenant people became so worldly, and so removed from their purpose that He gave them even more of what they wanted, human government. And we can all see how well that works. Approaching the book of Daniel with this background in mind can be enlightening. Not only is the march of empires depicted in the book's visions an indictment of the nations, the Gentiles. This is also an indictment of Israel's failures. Their refusal to follow His mitzvot commandments. Mitzvot. That's how it's pronounced. Okay. Centuries of subjection instead of the freedom first given in Eden would become a new classroom in which willing hearts could witness the striking contrast between the kingdoms of this world and God's kingdoms. Okay. Discussion question. Think about the kinds of knowledge, even now, that many of us would be better off not knowing. How does this help us understand what was forbidden in Eden? Well, there's some pretty nasty things that science invented that we wish we could uninvent. Mostly weapons of mass destruction, chemical warfare. Anyway, yeah, so what do you guys think? Comment below. So yeah, thank you for listening. I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll be wearing the same shirt because I'm going to record all week today. Today's Sunday. I'm going to record all week's today's, and then I'm going to find time to post them each day during the week. So, anyway, see you tomorrow.